Well, hello and welcome to Antique Needleworkers. My name is Shellie and this is my channel about cross stitch and all my crafty endeavors. I'm so glad that you've joined me here today. If this is your first time here, I thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that while you're here, you'll find some inspiration in your making. And if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for coming time and time again. Well, hello, my sweet friends. I'm so glad to be here today for a regular Flosstube. And I'm here to share with you everything that I have been working on since my last regular video, which was Flosstube 51. And I've got all kinds of things that I've been working on. And I mean, I've been working on all kinds of things outside of my design stitching. I've got stitching, I've got knitting, I've got punch needle, I've got wool applique, I've got all kinds of things that I've been working on, and I came to share them here with you today. And I also have some stash enhancement that I made, as if I need some stash enhancement. But anyway, it was time. I needed to get back with a regular Flosstube. There was all kind of excitement in the last video because, of course, I had gone to Prairie Moon Primitives to be the guest designer for their retreat. And so that last video was so much fun for me. I miss everybody in Oklahoma. Hello, Ginger. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Jim. Hello, all my friends in Oklahoma. Miss you. Wish I was there. Ginger sent me a picture today of the pasture with the cows, and it made me just miss her even worse. And so anyway, and today as well, I have a new pattern release, and I'm so excited about it. I released it already earlier, and it's on the website and going, and I'm just so appreciative for everybody who has just been so kind in their response to it. So we'll talk about that. So, okay. So, first things first, I had a sweet card that came from Ruthie Cole. It was a sweet Easter card. Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, friend. I love Happy Mail. I don't know about you, but you know, in the digital age, which I mean, I'm totally immersed in, I'm sitting here on a video with you right now, but there is nothing like snail mail, and the paper and the pen, and a stamp on an envelope. There's just something so personal and thoughtful about that. And every single card that I get, I just am so appreciative for, and I thank you so much for thinking of me. And Ruth is just such a sweet friend, and I thank you so much for sending your Easter wish to me. And then I have another piece of mail, and this one makes me super sad. This was, I'm going to cover it up, the address, but I had a return to sender. This was one of the giveaway winners, and it was Amanda Montoya. Amanda, it kicked your chart back. You won the vintage chart from Lori Holt from me, and it's a return to sender, no such number, unable to forward. I don't know if I possibly got the wrong address or what, but if you would mind, Amanda Montoya, send me your address again. You can find the email address below in the description box, and let me get this back out to you so that you can stitch that. I'm so sad that that's the first time I've had a return to sender. No, it's the second time. I'm sorry, that I've had a return to sender on one of my giveaways. And so anyway, so Amanda, send me your address. I want you to have your chart. And so let's just talk about the giveaways from last video. On video 51, I had a stack of quilt designs that was so graciously given to me to give to you from the Fat Quarter Shop. I love being an ambassador for them, and I love the wonderful things that Kimberly Jolly and her team send to me to send to you. And this bundle was 3 quilt patterns. It was Fetch and Bramble Blossom. I love this quilt. Isn't that pretty? And then Knot, K-N-O-T, Knot Today. And the key word for this was the word quilt. And the recipient of the quilt bundle is, I think it's Mountner. It's MTYNER, MTYNER, the number 641. You are the winner of the quilt stack giveaway. If you will reach out to me at the email address below, I'll be glad to get that out to you. Be sure to tell me what it is that you are receiving. You're receiving the quilt patterns, and give me your address, and I'll get that right back out to you, okay? And then the next bundle was a cross stitch bundle, and it was Stitch Cards X by Lori Holt, as well as Violets by It's So Emma. I love these seed card packets. I think that's the seed packet cross stitch series. I love those. Look at that, 30 cents for the, just so sweet. And then Feeling Sheepish, a Kim Deal design for a bag. I saw some of these that the ladies, and it was in the video from the retreat. One of the ladies had done one of these, but then did it on, I think she was doing, it was either linen or maybe Lugana. I'm not quite sure, but it was beautiful. And she did it on like, it made it big. So it was so pretty. So you don't have to do just on the bag. You could do it on anything. And so, but this bundle, the keyword for it was cross stitch. And so the person who is the recipient of this bundle is Lisa O 8158. Lisa O 8158. You are the recipient of the cross stitch bundle. If you will email me your address and all your vital statistics, make sure that you tell me that you were the recipient of the cross stitch bundle. I'll get that right out to you. And congratulations to all those who have been a recipient or a winner. I hate to use the word winner and giveaway. Please, when I do have a giveaway today, let's not use that word giveaway in our comments, because those funky gremlins get on and do weird stuff and it just ruins all the fun. So just whatever the keyword I give you, just put that, and don't use winner, giveaway, or anything in your comments. Okay, so I hate to repeat myself, but sometimes people forget, and it's just such, it just takes all the fun out of it. It just sucks the life right out of it. So anyway, well, the next thing, I am going to do a giveaway today, but I'm going to show you my new release first, and you'll understand why when the giveaway comes. But my new release, I do not have it here with me, but I did make a small video. My whole trunk show has made its way to Celebration of Needlework in New Hampshire for next week's show. And so my sweet friend Kelly Rivers, who is the owner of Old Colonial Box Company, her and her husband Adam. Hi Kelly, how are you? She is taking care of my trunk show and all of my charts for the event. And so I don't have it because I had it done. I was waiting on stuff. And so, but I had to get the trunk show out, and I wanted the new model to be there and not miss out for the show. So I will put the video right here and you will see it in person. The newest Be Ye. This is Be Ye Brave. And I created this in honor of all of those who have served our great country of America. And I stitched this on 36 count Weeks Dye Works straw, and I partnered with Valdani threads, and all of the beautiful threads are Valdani's variegated beautiful threads. And I think it turned out just beautiful. And as I said, I created this pattern in the Be Ye series to honor those who are such brave warriors and keep us safe every single day. Jersey Girl Stitch Co. once again has created beautiful pins for the piece. And I personally backed mine with some Blackbird fabrics. I think it accompanied it very, very well. And so there you go, my friends. This is your newest Be Ye Brave. I hope that you love it, and I can't wait to see everyone's finishes as you stitch it. And I'll show you the chart. This is Be Ye Brave. And I am very proud of this. Everything that I designed, I want to just say, one doesn't get more heart than the other. But when I say that I put my whole heart into it, I really did. And there was so much involved in my emotions towards this one. I did this. I'm just going to read the back to you, what I put. Be Ye Brave is the 6th in the Be Ye series. Bravery defined is stated as this: having or showing mental or moral strength to face danger, fear, or difficulty. I have many I must be grateful for being brave in my circle who have been just defined as above. I will name just a few. My daddy, my nephew Tyler, my niece Hillary, my brother-in-law, my new glasses, I'm having a hard time reading. My brother-in-law Bill, and my sweet friend Jen Ali. Thank you for keeping us safe and free. It's to you I dedicate this work of my hand. So I dedicate this piece to each and every person who currently serves or has served to keep us safe in this beautiful country of America of ours. And those are my heroes in my circle. Jenna Lee, you know her. She is one of the bougie stitchers, and she is precious to me, and I wanted to add her in my very innate family circle because she means so much to me. And but whether you're in that circle mentioned on there or not, let me just tell you, you are in the circle and the family of the USA, and I thank you for your service. If you are a spouse of someone who served, I dedicate this to you too, because you're serving as well as the spouse of someone, and no one knows the dedication and the you work just as hard with your spouse being gone as the person who's serving. You serve by holding down the fort and spending all those hours and days by yourself sometimes. And so this is for all of you, and I'm really proud of it. And I stitched this on 36 count Weeks Dye Works straw. I partnered with Valdani Threads, and I have done the entire piece with Valdani Threads. And Jersey Girl Stitch Co., as always, did a beautiful job of doing my pins for me. As a matter of fact, let's look at them. I have a set right here in front of us. Let me pull a set of these out. These are the pins that the girls from Jersey Girl Stitch Co. created for the piece. And so you can find this on my website. You can get the pattern, you can get the pins, you can get the fabric and the thread packs. I hope I don't run out. If I do, I will try to restock very quickly. But I wanted you to be able to finally have the option, if you purchase off my website, to be able to get everything in one stop that you needed. And so that's my new release, my friends, and I hope that it means as much to you as me. And be ye brave, all of you wonderful service people. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us safe. And so that's my new release. There'll be a link below to the website. It's always there. And so let's do a giveaway. Now that I've showed you the new release, Jersey Girl sent 5 packs of pins. Now, there's one of the official pins, and then there are 2 sets, and they called these 1776. They're a little different. And then they did 2 of these little pins. They're so cute. You can just hook them to your piece. So if you would like to be the recipient, now whoever, I'm just going to reach in the box. I don't know which one you'll get. But if you would like to participate in my giveaway, my first giveaway is for these 5 sets of pins. And what you'll need to use in your comment below is use the word Pin, P-I-N. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Okay, so pin is for the Jersey Girl pins. Okay, and in my last video, I showed you my favorite little precious chickens from Prairie Moon Primitives. And you know, I brought a whole herd of them home. And so aren't they adorable? I love them so much. And so I have 4 little chickens. And so if you would like a tiny little chicken pin cushion, use the word chicken in the comments below. And 4 of you will be the recipients of the Prairie Moon Primitives precious chickens that I love so much. Now let me write that down. Chicken. Use the word chicken. Okay, so now let's get into some stitching because I know that you would love to see some stitching. Okay, the very first thing that I'm going to show you that I've been stitching on is I worked on my Charlotte, my pincushion doll from Julia, Julia Manfredini. It's Julia Puntiantici GPA, okay? So, but it's Julia Manfredini. And this is Charlotte, and she was the beautiful release at market this year from Julia. And she's just beautiful. I have her housed in this bag. This bag is full of these doll patterns. I love them, and I actually have the newest one that's going to be at Celebration and Needlework. So I got one coming from there. I'm really excited. I love these and they're so much fun. And so I did my own conversion for this. You know, if you looked on the pattern, let me pull this up really quick. I'm not going to show you the pattern, but I'm going to pull, where is that? Oh, okay. So you needed 2 reds, a dark blue, 2 purples, a gold, and a green. And so I have a full designer set of Treenway silks. And so I am using my Treenway silks. And let me see, where's the number on these? Okay, I used number 12, number 42, number 958, number 9514, number 957, number 318 is my dark blue. Aren't these gorgeous jewel tones? And then 215. And these are all yummy, scrumptious, delicious silks. I am using 32 count. It called for 32 count. And of course I want my pattern to come out right. So this is 32 count. Let me take that needle out right there. Nothing is ironed. I apologize. I got this far. This is 32 count antique white. I got the tag right here. Okay. It's antique white Belfast 32 count linen. And I got the bottom, this is the bottom of the skirt. I got the bottom line all the way in and got the beginnings of the big flower ruching. Let me pull back up and so you can see where. So I got the bottom, which is there, and then I got this first line going. So it's, if you think about it, that's all the stitching that you'll do. So, I mean, you can blast this out, but this is what I put the work I put in on this time. And so it was really enjoyable. I enjoy it. And you know, it's so nice when I drop back down to a 32 count and you just fly right through it. And it's just so much fun. And just the colors I think are beautiful. Let me see if I can't pan in there tight. Just beautiful. And so I'm really enjoying that. And I'm excited. Jenna Lee from the Bougie Stitchers, speaking of, she is doing Charlotte as well. I'm not 100% if she started yet. But anyhow, we're going, I think I'm going to do a a finishing Zoom with her, and we'll finish this together, you know, because she hasn't built a doll yet. And so that's a lot of fun. So I really, really, really enjoyed that. I believe you can get this on Jen Ali's, the pattern on Jen's, the Cross Stitch Emporium, her website. And she's awfully pretty. Charlotte by Julia Manfredini. Okay, so that's one thing I was working on. And I hopped all over the planet. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to pull things. Oh, I forgot to put my needle back in there. I'm going to pull things from my basket. I hope that's okay with you. But I worked on all kind of genres. So there may be cross stitch, knitting, whatever I reach into this laundry basket over here and pull out is what's going to be next. So I hope that's all right with you. Okay, the next thing that I worked on, from Market, my sister's samplers, little vowels. This is itty bitty bitty. It's like 2 inches by 2 inches, something like that. It's all done 1/1. I got the kit and I love it. Now my needle's still hooked onto it, but look, this is how big your linen is. And I got all the way A-E-I. I'm getting ready to do O. And this is what it'll look like. It's just itty bitty. It's the vowel line. And in your kit, I showed this before. You know, I bought this as a kit. I'm not exactly sure what linen that is. Oh, it's 37 count corn tassel by Legacy Linens. 37 count corn tassel by Legacy Linens. And then you got, I love how they always do this. The little, you got your threads on your thread winders so that you have the little winder when it's left over. The kit also came with the needle minder and a waxer. And so I enjoyed that. I got that. Look, my pins for my doll. I'm not doing my job very good today, friends. I apologize. I'm having to reopen and re-put things away. So I worked on that. I got a little done on that. Between working on my designs, sometimes I just need to grab something and get a change of pace. And so I may work on something a little more and I may work on it a little less, but it's just nice to clear the brain. And I wanted to get this going. This is little, it won't take too long. It is 1/1 on 37 count. Not that that's not undoable. It's very doable, but that's what I got done on that. And then, oh, I'm very excited about this. First off, let me show off this gorgeous bag by the Kentucky Needler, my dear friend, Beth, and my model stitcher. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty, it's blue. I had talked about how I was going to do my Mary Cox. I was going to do the Mary Cox box, if you haven't been here. In these vintage magazines, there was a pattern in here for an entire Mary Cox, love it, a Mary Cox box to do everything in this box. And I wanted to get it started because, as you know, if you've been around for a minute, my sweet friend Jude from Brisbane, Australia, he is one of the makers at Timbo's shop, which he and his father are the woodworkers there. And he handmade my shaker box for me. And he was so excited to see me get started. And so I did. And I am, well, another needle and thread are hanging here. I'm sure that listen, let me just get it out of the way. So I got started and I got the whole one side of the band done. The back of the box where it curves like this is one side, and then there'll be another side to make this curve. There'll be a pocket in between it, but it'll wrap around the box like this. Does that make sense? Now, let me tell you what you're looking at. You, my friends, and I'm going to stand up so I can really get in here tight with you. There is not a single straight X there at all. The alphabet is done in Smyrnas. The strawberries are queen stitches. The strawberry flowers are rice stitches in 2 colors. And the greenery and the vine are diagonal queen stitches over 2. Now let me just tell you something. This piece right here has inspired me. Over the summer, I'm going to spend some time, and you can look forward to this. I really hope it's something that you want to see, but I showed this to my friends that when I was stitching at the last guild stitch-in that I went to. And I said, I held it back and I said, isn't it pretty? Now look at it up close. There are no X's. And I'm going to tell you, I know that a lot of you experience specialty stitch dislike or fear. And I'm going to tell you something. This right here has been the greatest fun and joy. And specialty stitches can take something that may be ordinary and make it extraordinary. I have to tell you, look at those beautiful queen stitches that make up that strawberry. I don't know that I could even get in close enough for you to see what my the queen stitch over 2 diagonally looks like. I don't know. I'm going to have to see that if it conveyed when I edit this video, but nonetheless, I digress. Let me go back. Over the summer, I'm going to do some come learn with me videos. I'd love to just take 2 or 3 stitches per come learn with me and just show you how very simple it is. Go over with you and give, I know people get, look at the charts. As a matter of fact, I've got something right here. I'll bend it down. The diagrams, they fatigue people sometimes. It makes you crazy when you see those and you're like, I just wish somebody would tell me, just tell me how to read that, how to do that, how to convey that on the linen. And I'm going to tell you something. We're going to have some fun together, and I really would like your feedback. If you would please comment below and tell me your thoughts on that. But really, I want to share the joy of my needlework with you and your needlework, and let's take it to another level. Let's not be afraid to touch on some specialty stitches. Now, I'm not going to pack them one on top of the other. I'll do a come learn with me specialty stitches. Let's just say I call it come learn with me specialty stitches edition 1. And I pick 2 to 3 stitches, and we just sit with the camera closely to the linen at the table, and I just show you how to convey them onto linen. And I am going to tell you that you may start off slow, but the more you practice, practice makes perfect, and it can make your stitching go from ordinary to extraordinary. And I want you to be excited about that. And if that's something that you absolutely don't think, Shellie, please don't waste our time and do that. Hey, listen, I have thick skin. Tell me. I would rather, it's actually a gift to save me the time if you're not interested. But if you would be interested, and let's expand our skills. Let's grow together. We're always learning. I want to learn. I want to die learning because I can experience more that way, and it betters my skills. And I want to do that with you. So if you would like to do that, I want you to comment below. Okay, so this was one of the first parts of my Mary Cox box. And Jude and Gracie and Mom Kim and Dad Timbo, I got started. And so I'm so excited because the sooner I get this done, I'm going to make this a priority because I want to get this in my box from Jude because I want him to see the completion of his work and my work together. I think that that's beautiful. It was wonderful that he took the time. And if you haven't checked out Timbo's shop, please do. I will put a note and make sure that I put it in my description box. Let me do that. Timbo's. Okay, because I want you to go look at his beautiful work. This family is beyond beautiful. The mother is a beautiful stitcher, and Gracie, the daughter, is just fantastic. Gracie, There's a reason why I asked you what your favorite color was. So please, could you message me and tell me what your favorite color was? Because I can't wait for you to tell it on the video. Tell me what your favorite color is. I need to know it. The people want to, I want to know for a reason. So, but anyway, go check out Timbo's shop on Instagram and look at, and go to their website, Timbo's shop on the web, and go enjoy some of their beautiful things and maybe pick you some boxes up. Okay, I'll tell you, I did, this pattern's old and some of the threads are a little hard to find. So I did my own conversion. So I'm going to tell you the colors that I'm using on my Mary Cox piece. By the way, let me go back to that. This is called Abide Thy Love. I mean, no, it doesn't. It's Abide Thy Heart. Abide Thy Heart is the name of it. And it was located in volume 14 and volume 15 of Sampler and Antique Needlework. And my friend Andrea from the Guild, she was so kind. I had the one and she said, well, I picked up the other one. She watched my video and she brought me 15. I was so glad because one of the things to finish the whole set was in the other one. So this is what you need to look for if you're looking on the secondary market. Okay, and the conversion that I did, all of my threads are the Gentle Arts Simply Shaker. Are they all Simply Shakers? They are all Simply Shakers. Okay, they are. Okay, I am using Cider Mill Brown. That's one of my favorite colors. I love that. Picnic Basket is another one of my favorite colors. This makes the perfect baskets. If you're doing like a berry bowl or a berry basket or a flower basket, oh, it makes it perfect. Piney Wood for my green. Roasted Marshmallow. Heirloom Gold. And then I'm using Rose Garden, and I just made sure I had 2 skeins of it. And so that's what I'm using to do my Mary Cox box. And this is, I hope that I put the tag in. This is 32 count because it called for 32 count. And it's a Lugana. It's a Lugana. And what is it? Oh, I can't remember. Mystery Linen 32 count Lugana. And I just thought that the Lugana would make it really great to, let me see if any of my paperwork, did I write it down? I thought the Lugana would make it really nice to do the specialty stitches because it was, you know, it's an even weave. And so just setting myself up for some really good success in my, for my specialty stitches. You know, I think it was called Tumbleweed. I can't guarantee that, but it was a hand-dyed, and it is a Lugana because I was setting myself up for success with a perfect even weave, and you can just get all those specialty stitches on there and it just turns out beautiful. Okay, that was another thing I worked on. Okay, and then I was so inspired by Michelle Ray. If you're not following her on Instagram, you need to be. And she showed how she took the Sweet Bird Sing, and this is the it's the sewing roll. I think it's called the sewing roll. Let me go right to it here. The Sweet Bird Sing, and it's a sewing pocket. This is what it'll look like when it's done. And this is what it's rolled up and looks like. And let me just say this. Michelle showed how she took, picture this plus doubloon, and she took ink, colored pencils that are ink, and she used them and dyed on the fabric. Well, I dyed on my fabric too. And this is what I did. I got started, and I don't know if it's conveying very well, but you can see hints of pink and blue in the fabric. And that is because I did mine just like Michelle, and I got started, and the process was a lot of fun. I have on my Instagram and Facebook, you can go and watch a little video of where I was doing this. And I really had a really good time. I am using all of the called for colors from the pattern. And as I said, I'm doing it on, this is 36 count doubloon. Yeah, 36 count doubloon. And then I ink dyed it like Michelle Ray did. And this is my progress. And it's 1 thread over 2 linen threads. So I got the very bottom laid in of this. I'll let you refer again to the picture. So I'm about right in here. Yep, I got the flower pot done. Can you see that? And so I really, really, really enjoyed this. And it was so much fun to jump out of the box and to do something with my linen. I took my overdyed linen and I dyed it. How fun is that? But leave it to beautiful Michelle Ray. She is amazing, amazing. And so I worked on that. Let me get that. And this is in the cutest Gamma's Treasure little mini bag. It's just big enough to hold my book. But isn't that cute? With that Lori Holt fabric. Got that from Gamma's Treasure. Okay, I worked on that. And then I worked on my Jane Parsons by the Wishing Thorn. I'm using all of the called for it's the wool threads from a Veriswa. I got the kit from Burgett from the Wishing Thorn, and the fabric came along with, I don't know exactly what the fabric is because it came with the kit. But this is how far I am. I was working down in this corner down here. I got that corner in. But this is my total progress. Isn't it beautiful? I love that wreath in the middle. And the wools are just, the wool threads and the flower threads. I just don't know. I guess it's maybe I feel like my grandma's stitching back in the day, because I think the flower threads are more what the threads were like back in the day, and the wool threads, and it's a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Burgett did a fantastic job. And so I'll show you what the threads look like. They're from a Veriswa, but they're called, where's the name? Hold on just a second. They're the wool threads from a Veriswa. That's what they're called. I think I'm cheaping out on you. But it's something D'Alberson. Yeah, it's fine D'Alberson. Fine D'Alberson. But you can get these. Hobby House has these. If Burgett doesn't have kits, and you get the Jane Parsons pattern, Hobby House has the whole line of this. So you can call and get that from them if she doesn't have that. And I'm stitching it with 1 wool thread over 2 linen threads. And so I worked on that. I had a new start with my dear sweet friends, Robin Givens, Lorraine Rowe, and Michelle Pilgrim. And they came to the Prairie Primitives retreat that I was at, and we are stitching this together. This is Friends Are the Flowers Friendship Sampler 2021 from Mill on the Floss Samplers. Isn't it pretty? I love it. And so I am stitching that with them, and we are stitching it with flower threads. One of the girls did a conversion, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hold this up because this is the conversion. I'm going to just sit here for just a minute. You can stop it, screenshot it, but this is the threads that we are using. This is the DMC, and this is the flower thread number right here. That just saved me a whole lot, didn't it? But anyhow, this is how far I am with mine. I started at the bottom right-hand corner. And the reason why I did was I wanted to get that flower as a mark of a line of demarcation and get some of the border in, because if you read what the motto says, it says, friends are the flowers in the garden of life. They fill the world with beauty. Well, my sweet 3 friends who are doing this, that I'm doing this with, they stitched their initials into my piece, and I wanted it down by the garden, right where the verse would be. And so I really am enjoying this. This is on 32 counts. This is Needle and Flax Dirty Teacup. You have to use 32 count to do the flower threads because it's a little thicker, but it's so enjoyable. And these cards are so chock full of the threads. And so this is Michelle. She did hers in blue, and then Lorraine did hers right there, and then Robin did hers right there. So that is my friendship sampler that I'm doing with my sweet friends, Robin, Lorraine, and Michelle. And I have this housed in one of my beautiful carry keepers. This is one of my favorites. Isn't it beautiful? And you know, it's not alone. Carrie's birthday sal is right there, and I put it in here because these 2 sals are important to me, and I want to get them both done. This is with my bestie, and this is with my 3 sweet friends who are my little distance besties. There we go. So they're all together. Okay, so I worked on that, and then I had a finish and a fully finish of a cross stitch. My sweet friend Kelly, as I said, I'm reaching to my basket. Oh, excuse me. My friend Kelly Rivers, who is her and her husband own the old Colonial box company. They also she also designs, and so this was the blue flower snippet jar. And I got this kit. It came with everything you needed right here. Oops, right here. You can get this on the Colonial, Old Colonial's. Let me put that down to tell you, Old Colonial's website. Old Colonial's website. Okay, so, but at Market, she also gave a free pattern for the lid. Now, I've already told Kelly, I've already told you guys, ask Kelly for the lid, because it makes for a cute thing. So here's my finish. I did it. Isn't it cute? And look at the top. I love this. It is so cute. Now, the top of the lid is the secondary pattern. And I had, this was just raw natural linen. And it was, I think it was 32 count. It came in the kit. And so I found some raw natural and matched it to do my lid. I did my own finishing and put it on the lid. And the pom-poms are from Dames of the Needle that I used. And they call that faded colonial blue. Faded colonial blue. Well, it looks sagey green to me, but it says faded colonial blue. I don't know. That would be perfect for I didn't even read the name of that, to go on an old Colonial box's design. Okay, and so I'll give you an up close and I'll show you where I seamed mine. I'll tell you how I did mine. I took and pulled a long thread out of my fabric and I used it and I stitched my seam close back here. And so, and then I just, the directions are in the box how to do it. And I think it's awfully cute, isn't it? I love it, Kelly. It's so cute. So I I stitched the whole thing and I fully finished it. Woohoo for me. I got something done. Yay! Now I can display it. I'm very excited. I think I'm going to put that in my office. Okay, so that was a finish and a fully finish. And then I decided one day I needed some therapy on my sewing machine. So I have the panels to do the Lori. I think I have 6 of these panels. So I have no need for project bags. All I have to do is sew them. But so I sewed this Lori Holt project bag, and I lined it with this fabric right here. I think it matched really well. It didn't come with the lining. I just had that to the side. But I used everything. I have the Lori Holt zippers that go with the bags. The tag came on the thing. And isn't that just cute? So I made a project bag one afternoon. It was good therapy. And then, oops, let me reach over here. I had showed you from my haul last time that I had purchased this buttermilk basin packet, wool applique pattern, and it is called Strawberry Scissor Keep. Now, if you follow me on social media, you will know this, but I made 2 of these, but one of them is not with me. I made one for my granddaughter and I made one for myself. Isn't it just adorable? You just stick your scissors in there and you got your little scissor case. And I love to do a little bit of regular embroidery. It was fun. The buttons came out of my husband's, the buttons that are in the flower in the bee's head. I took them out of his great-grandmother's sewing box that I've showed you before, her button box. But on Veda's, I put another bee up top, and I told her the big bee was Mimi and the little bee was her. That way she knew that Mimi was always with her. So I made this. I made the first one for Veda, and then I was like, well, I need to be a twin, so I made myself one. And I had bought the kit, the wool kit to go with this from Prairie Moon Primitives. You can get this and the kit from Prairie Moon Primitives. And the link will be down in the description box. And I really enjoyed that. That was just an afternoon. I made both of them. And if you have never wool appliqued, it is so fun. I love it. It is so relaxing. And so that was a start and a finish. And then I have another finish that I did. This is a rather big one. This is 7 by 9 inch. This is a punch needle design that I did, and it's called Jan's Wisdom, and it's from the old tattered flag. This is an old pattern. This was copyrighted in 2013. I've had it for quite some time. But I have to tell you, I punch needled for a couple days until my arm felt like it was broken, and I finished it. And it is 7 by 9 inches, so that is a big, to me, piece. But I absolutely love it. And this is, if you've ever wondered, this is what punch needle looks like on the back. So it looks just like the front. Yeah. So, but I really, really enjoyed this. I had this kit in my stash, and that was a lot of fun. I have another one that I'm going to do, and it's from Prairie Moon, and Ginger designed it, and I can't wait because I want to put it someplace so that I think of her when I see it. But I love this, and I love the proverbs that this says. She seeks wool and flax and willingly works with her hands. When I die, I hope that that will be said of me. So that's a start and a finish. Yes, I started and finished it and about broke my wrist doing it because it was a lot of punching. So, and then, okay, so I've got a whole lot of knitting here. I'll show you this first one first because all I did was cast it on. And I saw this pattern and I had to have it. It's by Novita. It's the strawberry sock. I was doing that strawberry and then I happened to see this sock and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to do that. And I'm breaking all of my rules of the way I do socks. I'm very, very calculated in the way I do socks. I do them on a 9-inch round set of needles. I do my favorite heel, and I'm not doing any of that this time, and I'll tell you why. I cast it on to double pointed needles. I just cast it on. Look, there's nothing to show you except for the cast on in the first row. But I did want to at least show it to you because I got it started, and maybe I'll be working on this soon. I'm going to tell you why I broke the rules. Okay, first off, I'm going to be doing a heel flap and gusset. I'm going to do the called for heel because you see, at this gusset, I'm going to be working that color work. And so I found it, if you're gonna do a heel flap and gusset, I mean, you can do it on a 9-inch round needles, but to be honest with you, especially doing a heel flap and gusset with color work, I would like the needles to be delineated separately. So I put it on double points. I've got it on 3 needles. I'm an old-fashioned girl. You used to only get 4 needles, not 5. And I'm used to doing it like that, and I prefer it. But when I start getting into that heel and that heel flap and gusset and doing that color work, I'm going to stick it onto 4 needles and do it just, you know, like they say in the pattern. Rule breaker me doesn't like to normally do that, but I'm going to. And so anyway, these, aren't they pretty? So I cast those on. So and this is, I have showed these bags before, but there was a lady who made bags. She's a cross stitcher now as well. I don't know that she wasn't always a cross stitcher, but Laughing Stitches was her bag making name, Laughing Stitches. Misha, but she's not making bags like she used to. I do check. Look at me. So Laughing Stitches. Hunt her down and beg her to make bags. Her sock bags, look, they come just like this. And then I'm using it on my piece, but she makes a custom little marker, place marker, and it comes on this. These are just the best made. And look, and I love her bags. Please make bags again. And I'll tell you what yarn I'm using. I'm using John James jumper weight yarn from the UK. So Jamieson and Smith, excuse me. It's jumper weight. Jumper weight is like sock weight. And I have a drawer full of these. And so I had them in all these colors. And so it was like, I'm going to knit from stash. So I pulled out the color, you know, because for color work, I have tons of these, as if I need anything. I just wanted to use what I had, and I just happened to have it there. So that is what I'm using for that. Let me tuck this all away. And then I was working on these socks when I was on my trip. And I was lucky that I was, because I was able to start teaching the heel, my heel, to my friend when I was down there. So anyway, this is how far I am on this one. And this, I'm gonna have to put the name of the pattern because it's on my phone. I have it in my my knitting app, and that holds my PDFs. And so it's a mosaic sock pattern. I will put the mosaic sock pattern into the description box. Let me put that mosaic sock. I'm having to write myself notes. Okay, so I worked on that. And then this is another, this is another one of Laughing Stitches' bags. Can you tell why I love them? And look, here's her stitch markers. And they have like this earring clip, and they're kind of cool because you can use them for crochet or for knit. See, they're like that. They're an earring closure. Love that. So it comes on your bag, so you have always got a stitch marker there. And I started, is this another sock that is in my, I thought I had brought the, Holly Neal. I will put the pattern, a link for the pattern below. But because I don't have, I'm just falling apart here, aren't I? I bought this yarn when I was at Nashville. Carrie and I buy sock yarn when we go to Nashville. And so the purple yarn is Lilac, and it's by Twisted Ambition Yarns. And it is lilac, 75% merino, 25% nylon, fingering weight yarn. And then the colored yarn, the striped yarn, let me pull this out. This is by Mustache Yarns. I love their little bird on their logo. Mustache yarn, and it's called Be Mine. Perfect mustache set. When you take it apart, you get 2 balls so that you have enough for each sock. But this is the crunkle sock. And I don't know, can you see the waves in this? The pattern is so sweet. My sweet friend, Holly Neal from Hobbies of Holly, showed her crunkle sock that she was doing. So I hopped on and I bought the crunkle sock pattern and I got going. And so this is how far I got on sock number 1. But I'm excited to be stitching them. I'm only going to do the cuff in purple. I'm going to do the whole sock. And I usually do footies, but I think I might do a half C sock with that. I'll put the pattern in the description box below. And then one more thing I worked on. I am working on the big comfy sweater. This is a free pattern on Red Heart Yarns, or you can find this for free on Yarnspiration. So it's a big tunic type sweater, and I thought this would be great with leggings because it covers all the stuff. You know, it covers your bum and all of that, and you're going to be shocked. I've got a ton of this done. This sweater, I'm almost done with this. I'm using this Peruvian yarn. Let me see if I've got the tag in here for it. The Peruvian yarn is by, oh gosh, Cascade Yarns. Cascade Yarns. It's called Peruvian. I loved the mingledness. Now this is one whole side of my sweater. It's completely done. You make it 2-sided, then you put it face to face and you seam it up under the arms and down the sides and make like a boat neck. But isn't this going to be so cute? But guess what? I have got it this far. I'm up to the chest on this side. And I've started into the chest, and then you work your way up. It's a bottom ups, and then you'll work your way up, add on stitches for the left and the right arm. But look at that. I mean, I am almost done. It's not, there's only, when you start the chest right here, there's only 75 rows. And let me see how many I've done so far. I've done 8 rows already of the chest. So, you know, so yeah, and I'm using, these are, I'm a Chow Goo girl, but funny enough, this yarn, really, these are Addies, with the blue cord, and it's their bamboo, and you can take the tips off. It's a multi-set tip kit, but it really worked well with this. So my big comfy sweater, this is what the other piece will look like. Like I said, when it gets done, isn't that, it's going to be big and slouchy, and it goes all the way to the middles of my thighs. So I'm really excited. So I don't know, maybe by the next time I see you, I'll have a sweater finish. Isn't that awesome? And the pattern's for free, so just hop on and get you that. So that's everything I've been working on. So I think that I got a lot done, considering I've been in the Delves of designing as well. Ever since I came home from market, I released 2 other patterns, and then I have this one, and I'm gonna have a June release as well. And so that's what I've been busy with. Now let me show you what I've purchased. I don't have a whole ton of purchases, but I do have some purchases. I bought this book, Embroidered Lives, South County Samplers and Their Stories by Lynn Anderson. Fabulous book. Any book about samplers, I'm interested in it. And it's just got all kind of history and discussions about these samplers. And you can get where you can get them is the Gilbert Stuart Birthplace Museum. You can get on their website and order this. The Gilbert Stuart Birthplace and Museum. That's where you can buy Embroidered Lives. I bought that. And then I also bought the Quaker Samplers, the Ultimate Collection of Traditional and Modern Designs. Anything Quaker, I love it. And I think I got this on Amazon. And then I am probably, I'm tardy to the party because I've been in, out, and all about. But I got my Tiger Lilies, beautiful. My Carrie Keeper box, and doesn't she always do the bestest job? These were the best cookies. They're not there, I ate them. And then this is the beautiful, oh, isn't this beautiful? I mean, Carrie makes the best keepers in the land. Run on over and join that club. And then you got in this, you got a beautiful bling to hook on your scissors. You got some pink stork scissors. You got some thread bling. And then this super sweet little tracker cards that Carrie did. If I'm not mistaken, let me double check this. The tracker cards, I think, are one of her mom's paintings. She didn't say, but I'm wondering if this wasn't, I don't know, but they're pretty. Okay, and so I got my Sweet Friend Carrie. Oh, I love getting this box. You always get the best things in it. And then I made an order to Prairie Moon Primitives, and I'm going to tell you why. I grieved after I left because walking out of the cross stitch room, there was this runner. And it's hanging right next to the door. And every day I walked past it and I thought, Shellie, you need to go put that in your basket because you're going to go home and you're going to wish that both sides will look like this. It's a runner. And I look at that fly stitch. And I just thought it was so pretty. So I got home and exactly all I kept thinking about was this runner. And this is by Buttermilk Basin. It's the Flower Urn Runner. And I got the whole kit. Note to me, just do the shopping. just buy it. And so I bought that. And then I had purchased this and I showed you this. This is Clipboard Cuties for February. I showed you this last video, but funny enough, I didn't buy the kit. I think that they were out of the kit because I think they got bought out. So they got the kit back in. So I got the kit to go with my Clipboard Cuties for February. And I think it's adorable. You can even just add a hanger to that and you could hang that on your Christmas tree or on your February tree or whatever. So I got that. And then I love the little Clipboard Cuties so much that I got the May one and the kit. A butterfly, I love it. And then I also got the July kit. these are so cute and so quick, and so you get the satisfaction of getting done. And they're just so cute. You just lay it on a table to decorate a table. And then I also got the August. It was sheep. Unpredictable, right? And then it's the kit. Clipboard Cuties, Buttermilk Basin, Prairie Moon Primitives. They're great. Go and buy you one of everything. And then my sweet friend Ginger, she sent me another chicken, and I have the chickens that she gave me. Now I have 2 chickens that came just from Ginger, and so I have them sitting to the side. This is one of them. And then she sent me this cute little, I think this is perfect size to put everything for your clipboard cutie to do your wool applique, or some hexies or something like that. But aren't they cute? It's cowboy hats and horseshoes and cattle in the field. It makes me think of her. So she sent me that as a gift and a sweet little note. I thought that was so kind of her. Thank you, Ginger. And then my Sew Sampler box came. I get this religiously every month. And this is Just Dessert is the name of the box. And inside of this month, we got the Dahlia quilt pattern and the fabric to go with. Some Superior Pima cotton thread. Superior thread is amazing. Can't go wrong with that. Another quilt pattern, and this is the Flowering Block #1 You Grow Girl block. This is their next Stitch Along series. And then I got the bling to go that can go on a bag or on your scissors. Some Schmetz needles. And that was what was in that box. Is this the April box? Hold on. Oh, as well, then we got fabric label sticker pack to put on, like if you take your, if you have a collection and you've taken it out of the pack, let's say I take this out of the pack. This is a sticker to let me remember what my fabric was. And so this is great. And so that was the Sew Sampler box. And then I just got a few other things. I ordered from Traditional Stitches. I had to pick one of these kits from Julia Manfredini up for my friend Ellen Chester of With My Needle. And this is a threadboard doll. Is this amazing? You stitch her little dress. When I show you this, it's just, you're just gonna go, oh my gosh. She's a threadboard. And you stitch and dress her. Do you love it? So I couldn't leave my room during market, and so I didn't get one, but Julia had she had one waiting for Ellen. And so anyway, I ordered mine from Traditional Stitches, and I got the full kit. And so Traditional Stitches has them on their website, and you get everything you need, from the fabric to the trim I just dropped on the floor to the threads. And so is that this hand-painted threadboard doll. I want to design one of these now. I just think this is the bee's knees, don't you? But I think this is hand-painted. Carefully hand-painted in the laser cut wood. And her hair, look at her hair, how pretty it is. So this reminds me of my paper dolls when I was little, but it's gonna have a hand-stitched dress. So anyway, I just love that. Like I said, I got it from Traditional Stitches in Canada. They're on their website. And then I got Just Cross Stitch magazine, the latest edition. And then I know I say this every time I get this magazine, and I'm gonna say it every time I get this magazine, but this is one of the best piecework magazine. It has something for every genre of needlework. This one is kind of the cream of the crop. This is centuries of samplers. Read their stories and their stitches. There are all kinds of stuff about samplers in here. It's tons. And then there's all this beautiful knitting, and there's rug work in here. And I have to say, I get this magazine and it's one of my favorites because it is so exhaustive when it comes to the things that it has in it. But this one, now, I mean, look at this gold work. Look at this. This one, if you get in this issue and you see this, I want to knit that blanket. Is that not beautiful? But all the samplers in here, this is an absolutely fantastic version of this. You have to get this version of Piecework Magazine. Let me just tell you, you just need to subscribe because it's by far, in bar none, my and with a second being punch, needle, and primitives. I love it, but this is exhaustive when it comes to the range of things that it has in it. It's just so good. Okay, so guess what? I just got to the end of the pile and it says that it's 54 minutes, 11 seconds. I did that in under an hour. Woo! But that's everything I've been up to, friends. That is all of my stitching of all the different things, knitting, punch, needle, all the kind of things. I sewed a little, so I've got a lot done since I saw you last. And that is all the things I've bought. And so I think I've caught up with you today. And like I said, if you can call your favorite needlework shop. Hoffman and Yarn Tree are distributing this. They've already got their patterns, so they should be going out to the needlework shops, or you can just go to my website and get it, whichever makes you as easiest for you. I thank you so much for supporting me. I do have another design that will be out in June, and I'm excited about that. And getting ready next week. The Guild is coming out for a day of stitching in the mill with me, and I'm excited about that. And StitchCon will be next month, and Carrie will be here, and so will Lisa Duffin. Lady Huzzah Presents. They're going to be staying here at my house with me, and I'm really excited about those things that are upcoming. And yeah, those are the things I've done. Those are the things I'm getting ready to do, and that's about it. But I thank you so much for joining me here today. I do hope that if you haven't, that you'll like and subscribe. And if you're want to be part of any of the giveaways, do only use the words. And but for now, I think that'll do it, my friends. And so I wish you many happy stitches, my friends. Bye-bye for now.